Now, Kelly just pointed out to me in the break that I'll read out this thing. I've said it a couple of times that thousands of visitors, it's true, thousands of visitors are flocking to Wairarapa as Masterton prepares to host its 63rd annual Golden Shears. It starts today. And Kelly said, "You've said flocking. Do you know you're saying it?" And I went,
"Such good. It's a sheep joke, you know."
It's a sheep joke.
I didn't even know you're being funny.
I know. Was I being bad?
You were being, it was sheer brilliance. Yeah.
You're a dag. All right, enough.
Okay,
enough.
Get on with it.
We have a guest waiting. Sorry. Greg's going to think, what have I said yes to here? No, look, organisers are gearing up also for the 20th Golden Shears World Shearing and Wool Handling Championships next year. So a lot going on. Golden Shears is New Zealand's premier shearing, wool handling and pressing event. It was first held at Masterton's War Memorial Stadium in 1961 and was cemented the town's rep as the shearing capital of New Zealand. From today, like I said, through to Saturday, we will see around 380 competitors participate in shearing, wool handling and pressing grades. Greg Herrick, former top Wairarapa shearer, life member and past president of Golden Shears and the past chairman of World Shearing Council, joins me now. Hello, Greg.
Hi there, guys. How are you?
Well, sorry, we were mucking around at the beginning, you know. Jeez.
Yeah, sound as though I was back in the wool shed with all those noises.
Could have been. I was as a girl. I used to help out in the Christmas time. I mean, over summer as a rousey in Hawke's Bay. So, 63 years, Greg. Does this event get bigger every year?
Well, it's in recent years it seems to. I mean, it's a long time. We keep talking about it with various people, older people and younger ones, and we've actually survived, believe it or not, from 1961. Not many events last, 63 years. And I'm not sure what it is. We have these new generations of people that come through, and it's all off the back, I guess, of the agricultural industry, the sheep and wool industry in New Zealand. And the last few years, we've seen this massive influx of young people wanting to get into the industry, probably go on to sheep farms and what have you. And I know it's a bit controversial what's happening out there with the crossbred wool industry, and we wonder why while that's not good at the moment, we're getting it on the other end of the scale, where we're getting these guys interested in coming along to Golden Shears and all the other competitions around New Zealand, obviously. So we're pretty proud of ourselves, and
brilliant.
Yeah.
Do you?
Sorry, go on.
I think, Greg, shearing, I see it's progressed, hasn't it, from being, a physically demanding and some would have thought an arduous farm task to being recognised as an elite sporting pursuit.
Yes, it has. You're quite correct. I guess when you go right back to 61 with the original Golden Shears, and the Bowen brothers were about, and I think we owe a lot to those two elderly gentlemen who have long passed, obviously. They really brought shearing out of the wool sheds and onto a national stage as such. Godfrey Bowen, he went overseas, shore in the likes of Russia, and demonstrated shearing, and the crowds were huge. People were fascinated by it. So one could say that it was the start of bringing that arduous task, really hard work in those hot, sweaty wool sheds, out of the wool sheds, and showing the skills of these guys and ladies to our competition stage. So, yeah, it goes back a long way, and I guess over the years it's just got better and better. We've entered the era now, I think, of professionalism. These guys train hard. They don't drink alcohol like years ago. A lot of them don't just touch alcohol. That's how dedicated they are. So it's come a long way. We've survived. It's stronger than ever. You talk Golden Shears, it's an international name now, known all around the world, and we're very proud of it. And long may it continue. And as we say, we've got a world championship next year, and that's generating masses of interest. And it's going to be another huge event for Masterton next year.
That'll be exciting. On what's happening at the moment, though, Greg, what are some of the highlights? I see the Mongolian shearing team has returned. Were they last year's breakout stars, I hear?
Well, they were really. They there was a couple of Kiwis that went to Mongolia in around the so-called farms, if you can call it farms over there. They were invited over on training courses, and the interest was absolutely amazing. And last year, these two gentlemen brought over a team of about a dozen young Mongolian shearers who got farmed out, one may say, to different shearing gangs around New Zealand and learnt the trade. And by the time Golden Shears arrived last year, they were very competent shearers.
Wow.
And they were really, really to be admired, and to think all the way from Mongolia, farming, shearing is pretty antiquated over there, dare I use that word. And they're back again this year. They've entered. We haven't seen them yet on the board, but we will in the next day or two. I think they'll probably be tomorrow at some stage.
Exciting.
So it's just fantastic how it's, a country, an antiquated country in the sense of agriculture and what have you, all of a sudden hooks on to the likes of a great event, Golden Shears. And, we've started something here. We've they'll take that knowledge back home and it'll grow, I presume. And all of a sudden we're teaching young Mongolians how to shear sheep.
It's crazy. There's a speed shear event. What's the time to beat, Greg?
Well, the speed shear event is actually tonight. Now, let's get this into perspective. Now, some of these sheep we shear, the ones we're shearing at Golden Shears and probably around a lot of speed shear events are actually lambs, quite big lambs. So they're smaller animals. And they are a little bit prepared underneath, we take a little bit of belly off and around the crutch. We don't want any teats cut off or anything. But really, it's a real spectacle. And this is another event that really, takes off around the country. They've been here now for probably the best part of 10 years and just seem to get stronger and stronger. They shear them in about anywhere from about 20 seconds to 35 seconds. And I mean,
Stop
that's
it.
just it is. It's incredible, isn't it? Where an average adult sheep may take you, a minute and a half to 2 minutes. So they're real spectacles. People get aboard with it. They're great fun, obviously, in a pub environment, but we are a more professional environment, obviously, when we stage one. And, the public love them.
I'd love to see that.
Absolutely. So
I can't even curl my fringe in 20 seconds, let alone shear a big lamb. That's
well, exactly.
it's incredible.
You've got a big fringe too.
Yeah. Hey, Greg, I hear accommodation. This is great news for the region. I hear accommodation is hard to get. So who's coming to the event, Greg? Are the city folk interested?
Well, I think it's a cross-section, actually, across New Zealand and international tourists and what have you travelling around. Accommodation's just fully booked out in the Wairarapa here, which is great to see. It means we're going to benefit from it. They're all coming to the big event. And just as a matter of interest, we got a statistic out of the entries this morning. There's 111 international shearers that are competing at Golden Shears this year. Now, they're from all parts of the world. Just to correct you a little, we've got more than 380 competitors. We're heading this year towards 600 competitors at Golden Shears.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so you're probably only half the amount then. You've got that wrong. Sorry, guys. But, and hence it's showing up, and we had to, virtually all the grades are all full up. We've had to cut the grades. We just haven't got time and sheet prepared for all the disciplines. We do have a cut-off point, obviously. Yeah. And, of course, time is our enemy. We just physically have not got the time to shear, just endless numbers of competitors wanting to compete. So,
that's incredible.
It's all great news. We've, last year was pretty big, and this year's just bigger again, which is really good.
So, Greg, finally, the 20th Golden Shears World Shearing and Wool Handling Champs next year. That's going to be held in the same place?
Yeah, we always hold a world event in conjunction with our annual Golden Shears.